development work at the Central Deborah tourist facility.
The steps of the Central Deborah gold mine were an appropriate place to release details of what could be the Trust's most challenging project to date. Trust President Darryl McClure, along with Campaign Chairman Brian Mill, Mayor James Douglas and campaign supporter Les Gillies, revealed plans to raise $350,000 by Easter this year. The money will go towards constructing a large tram shelter and coach drop-off point at the tram terminus, as well as reception area and cafeteria at the mine entrance. The money will be raised through a series of committees.
Well, it's a direct fundraising campaign where we have a capital gifts committee, which is comprised of a small number of people who will be pursuing large capital value contributions.
A second committee will seek contributions from Bendigo business people, and a third group seeking smaller donations from the general community. The Southern Cross Network has produced a commercial to help boost the campaign, which will be officially launched in March. Organisers say despite the recession, this is one appeal which will get off the ground.
I think everybody can see that if they invest their money on this site, it will bring more tourists to Bendigo. It will hold visitors here a little bit longer. It does make an ideal tourist gateway, this site here, for buses coming in. And so it'll produce cash flow for the city. So it's a good investment.
The campaign committee hopes the redevelopment will result in a tourist gateway for the region. Well, international...
The complex will include a large tram shelter and coach drop-off point, as well as a reception area, orientation centre, cafe and restrooms. Bendigo Trust President Darryl McClure says the project should attract more visitors to Bendigo and also encourage them to stay longer.
A week ago, plans were unveiled to turn the Central Deborah gold mine and talking tram terminus into a tourist gateway Bendigo can be even prouder of. The ambitious Golden Link project includes building a large shelter over the terminus for trams, buses and their passengers, as well as a new reception area and orientation centre for tourists. The price tag for the project is $350,000, and organisers, the Bendigo Trust, hope to have the full amount by Easter. Today they made a great start to their quest when the Bendigo Building Society group promised to give $50,000 to the scheme over the next 3 years. With the help of a little mechanical muscle, a money meter was erected in Charing Cross, just across from the Golden Link campaign office. The dollarometer, as it's been christened, will keep appeal organisers and the general public abreast of rising funds. Bendigo Building Society Chairman Richard Guy, with a hand from his Sandhurst Trustees counterpart Warwick Johansson, made the first impression on the appeal gauge. Filling the dollarometer up to the $50,000 mark, there's no doubt they also painted a brighter picture for the
$50,000 target.
Southern Cross Broadcasting Chief Executive Graham Eddy arrived at the Central Deborah mine this morning with something akin to a pot of gold. His barrow of ore was a preamble to the real thing, the presentation of a $25,000 cheque to Golden Link campaign chairman Brian Milne. The Southern Cross donation has helped lift the campaign total to over $275,000, only $70,000 short of the overall target. The smooth progress of the campaign has delighted organisers, though not surprised them.
Because the initial survey that the Bendigo Trust did, there was a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of support for this particular project. So it doesn't surprise me that Bendigo people have, I guess, invested in Bendigo's future in this particular tourist venture.
Mr Milne says a large share of corporate and business contributions, including a $50,000 combined donation from the Bendigo Building Society and Sandhurst Trustees, reflects the extent of local support in the Gateway project. He says a $100,000 federal grant was a further vote of confidence. The tram shelter, cafeteria and public amenities is expected to double the number of visitors to the mine, further enhancing one of Bendigo's greatest tourist assets. The Trust hopes to have construction completed by Christmas, but will need to raise nearly $3,000 every day for the next 24 days to achieve that. Mr Milne is confident that target can be reached, although he admits the pressure is on between now and April 16.
Well, I guess you'd say the heat is coming on because we do have to finish well with a campaign of this nature. However, the number of people that we have working now to pick up those smaller donations or contributions is considerably more than what we had before. So I think really we will finish.
Hailed as a resounding success, largely thanks to the generosity of the general public. Today, the doors of the campaign office for the Golden Link appeal were officially closed. The Charing Cross office has been the centre of activities during the appeal, which aimed to raise $350,000. Today, that target was achieved, helped along by some large corporate donations.
We got a top gift of $50,000 from the Bendigo Building Society and the Sandhurst trustees. Of course, we got $25,000 from Southern Cross Network, which was very much appreciated. And we had $25,000 from Mr. Brian Milne, our campaign chairman, and Gillies gave $15,000, and quite a number of people. And in fact, there was something like 180 people and organisations that gave to this campaign.
The money will help establish a large tram shelter and terminus outside the Central Deborah tourist facility, along with a reception area and information centre. The campaign has been described as unique because it will enable all of Bendigo's tourist facilities to be linked. The donation tally was helped along by a $100,000 federal government grant, but the support from the general public has not gone unrecognised.
The thing that stood out about this program was the enormous response from just the ordinary average people around Bendigo.
All those involved in the campaign say tourism will be the big winner. It's hoped the new facility will help attract larger crowds to the city, boosting an industry which is already worth millions of dollars to the region.
A contract to construct the Golden Link buildings in front of the Central Deborah gold mine. The Bendigo City Council has already undertaken major reconstruction and landscaping of the area. The total cost of the project will be $1 million and is scheduled to be completed by Christmas. But the Bendigo Trust says $100,000 still needs to be raised, even allowing for the highly successful Golden Link campaign. Funding submissions are likely to be made to both the federal and state governments. The project is being described as the tourist gateway to the city.